Hey, this is Pat coming to you with a quick video on how to make a paper bow. Today we'll be making these little bows here. That's one. Here's like a little mini one here. Here's one I made out of a print. And then at the end I'll show you what I do with these bows. What we'll need to make these today will be the scissors, an envelope board. I'm going to show you how to make it with the board without. A paper cutter. And today I'm going to be using some of the solids from this hot buy pad from Michaels. And they've been having them on sale at 70% off, which is a great deal. So today I'm going to start first with the one with the board. Okay, so, excuse me, I need to use the paper cutter first. We need to take our paper and we'll cut it 2 inches. Well, I'm going to go with 1.5 inches today. Let's go with 1.5 inches wide. So that's 1.5 inches. Make sure it's cut good. And it is not. And it's crooked. I'm going to do that again. That didn't work out too good for me today. Let me move that out of the way. So that's 1.5 inches. That's much better, smoother. And it's by 10 inches. Now, if you like your tails a little longer, you always can cut your piece, leave it at the full 12-inch length. Okay, so that's that. On the smaller ones, we have these is 1.25 inches by 8 inches. So we're finished with this. So the next thing we'll bring in is the envelope board. We take our 10-inch piece and fold it right in half so we know where our center point is. Lay that on right on the center point. Can you see that? And you're going to punch. You're going to turn it over, reverse it, and you're going to cut again the same way. I've seen Tamika at Scrap the World do this, and thanks for sharing, Tamika. I love these. Always wanted to know how to make them, and some friends had asked me. Now I use this down, move this down to 2 inches, and I'm going to punch again at 2. Turn it over, punch again at 2. Turn it over to the other side, punch at 2. And turn it over again and punch at 2. Now, our last set of punches we put it in this way here, kind of centering it around there, and punch again. And then we do the exact same thing again. Okay, ooh, that one's not too centered. So what I do in that case is I kind of cut it off. I cheat a little bit. And I put that back in there again. Now that looks better. So since I did that one over again, we're going to cut that off. And we're going to do the same thing on there. Okay, now. So the next thing we're going to do, I think I forgot to say we need a little score tape. We take this right here. This is what it looks like. And I take my pencil and kind of round it some. And then right here, in between this little part right here, I kind of bend it. Now I take my score tape, tear a piece off about 1 inch long, and I put right in here. And I kind of rub it, make sure it's stuck down really good. I peel my paper off, my paper off the back of the score tape. I take this line here and I match it down to my center line, to that center fold that I originally had, and I press good. And then I do the exact same thing there. And there's my bow. And then I would take a rhinestone and stick right there in the middle. That one's kind of dinky and little, but you get the point of what I would do with that. Okay, so now I'm going to make one of the small ones. I'm going to make it with the board first and then without the board. The first thing I do, of course, again, I fold it right in half to find my center point, which is at 4 inches in this case. Put this right here on the center point, and I punch. I reverse it and I do the exact same thing. Then I move this down on this, since it's a smaller one, to 1 3/4 and I punch. I reverse it right at 1 3/4 again. Take this side here, 1 3/4, reverse, 1 3/4. Now the next thing I do is I take this way, the long way like this here, and slide this right under here at the center. And I punch. And then I do the same thing here. Okay, so now that's looking like that. The next thing I do is I take some of my score tape, tear off a piece, and I put it right there in the center, rubbing it down really well, and peel off the back. Then I take my pencil, kind of round that off a little bit to make it a little easier. And then right in between here, right in here, I take and I put like a little fold. I kind of fold it back. And then I reverse and I go to the other side and I do the exact same thing. Now I take where this fold line, remember we had a center fold, and I matched that right in there the exact same way. Take this side, this fold line here comes in and touch that fold there. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Then I would take and put a dot. And I usually put a little extra glue in here when I put my rhinestone on. And then that is really simple. And now that one looks nice. I like that one. That's pretty. Okay, so say we didn't have a scoreboard. We didn't have the envelope board, so we'll move that out of the way. We take this board here, we take this piece, same size, 1 1/4 by 8 inches. We fold it in half the exact same way. Then we would measure in 1 3/4. I'm out of the frame, I know, but I had to move that over there. I didn't have it. So we take that and I'm going to fold that right there at 1 3/4. While this is folded, I take my scissors, I start here and I cut in at an angle. And then I would reverse and I would do the exact same thing on the other side. Then right here, I would do the exact same thing. So you can make a template if you want. I kind of have a tendency to eyeball everything. Then on these ends here, you need to get those, you could leave them straight, of course. You could cut them at an angle, but if you wanted them to have the dovetail like, kind of put a little crease right there, if you can see that. Then I fold the two together, and right here I cut in about 1/2 inch, and I start on the corner and I cut into that. And then I do the exact same thing on this side here. I take my pencil and kind of round my edges, same way we did on the other way. Take my score tape, rub it down really good, remove the paper backing, take this fold into that center fold. Same thing here, center fold touching, and you end up with a cute little bow. Then I would take a rhinestone and stick there. And again, like I said, I usually will put a little extra tape there, a little extra glue. So now here's some things I use these for. I put my header on and then I put it up there like that. Or like for these little post-it notes, I'll put it there and then stick my pencil there. And these fold flat almost, and then I put them in there. So that's just a couple ideas on how to use these. And again, I want to thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please go and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, just leave any questions down below and I'll be sure to answer your questions. So thanks again for watching and have a very creative day. Bye, Pat. See you later.